We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Denver Broncos. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Here's Wilson to throw right away. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. A good pickup there at 22.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now the third-year man back and healthy. It's Javonte Williams. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. The Broncos had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. Will go down as a gain of 6. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. This defense for the Commanders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
On 4th down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Washington. That is something you almost never see. A punt return better than 100 yards from one end zone to the other. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And drive number 1 for them was a punt. We'll see what drive number 2 holds here.
And oftentimes you think to yourself, okay, second possession, let's go ahead and open things up. Let's get a little bit crazier on offense. Maybe it wasn't a matter of that. Maybe they just missed a block or two, and maybe they had the right plays called. Sometimes it's just the execution. Let's see if they can execute a little bit better on this drive.
2 yards to go, second down. Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. You talk about this Washington defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run it again with Williams. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Broncos. Tim Patrick, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
From the end zone, here's Pringle. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Brissett sets to throw it. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. And he's got this almost to the 4. Out. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. On first down, right back to Gibson. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen.
Howe loses it. Well, one of the linebackers has got it, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you've got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. You talk about this Washington defense. And they're a tough unit to throw against, currently fourth toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Yeah, he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Wilson. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter. But that time, they were up to the challenge.
On second down, Williams. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. On third down, Wilson. This one into the hands of Burton. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. The kick by Lutz is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field to start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Howell throwing on third down here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
Here's Smith to return it, and he works free. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return, and it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. After 1, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. Samuel going to go in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. 2nd and 7. On the counter, Gibson. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos 44. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's going to have a Commanders first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. This time they'll throw it with Howell. That's caught by his tight end, Kylan Granson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And you get the sense, as I'm sure they got the sense, they might have picked up a good one here, maybe a little diamond in the rough via trade.
Maybe just need a change in scenery, a new city, maybe different motivation, but they believe they've...
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson, 28 yards. And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. And that CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in, because he had at least a couple of guys had really good shot.
And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. A call in luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in here by Patrick. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down. Now it's Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. But he's got it inside the 10. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. First down, how to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 41. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. And he slings one that's incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Second down and 4.
At the 37-yard line.
Second down, Howell now. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Howell throwing on first down here. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Now 2nd and 5. Back to throw, Howell. Inside the 10. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And he's able to break out a 1 tackle but then quickly brought down. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Well, Howell's going to mix it up here. Gibson is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. The York on now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Broncos 27, Commanders 20.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just 1 play. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. From the end zone, here's Pringle. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Well, that return had all the trappings of really good scouting. You could tell that they thought they saw something on tape that they could take advantage of, and they dialed it up at just the right time to give them a great return.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Second down, Howell back to pass. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Josie Jewell. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because Those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Straight ahead, Gibson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 106 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Gibson again. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Powell to the right side and into the hands of the tight end, Granson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Gibson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Commanders are back within a score. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple and that's it. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. The throw left sideline falls incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And this one will be brought back to the 22. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On the counter, this is Robinson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
First and goal, Washington.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
They'll motion out one of the tight ends.
They'll try to run with Gibson. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson.
His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game.
And the Commanders take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that will tie our game here in the 3rd.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
There he goes, right side. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Pushes him over. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
That's good. 4 on Denver Broncos. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Pass complete to Judy on the out route. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. Their tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside.
And now off to the races down the right side.
The race is on.
And finally taken down at the 4-yard line.
119 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
A toss left side for Gibson.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Commanders have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by York is up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
Broncos 34.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Easy.
Now Wilson on 2nd down.
He's got Burton here. Only able to gain a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's Riley Dixon now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Powell's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
First down, Washington.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. A give up the middle to Gibson. Down to about the 22 here. 130 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 3. Samuel going to go in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. Breaks through the contact and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. Pushing his way through. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Concentration, so key on a ball like that. It's hard. I know how difficult it is, but that's a ball you've got to come up with. And instead, a big play is going to slip through their fingers, literally and figuratively.
Good job right there. Good guys, 4 down, 4 down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now, because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out, because the current formula's not working. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
They'll go again with Gibson.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders are on their way to a 2-0 start.
The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos.
At their own 23. They begin the drive with Williams.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Wilson going to change things up here.
On 1st and 10, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 1-yard line.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Once more, Gibson. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Washington,
it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.